Hello and welcome back to Tsukihime. My name is Mimi Dennis, and last time, I'm not even gonna really give a summary, but basically, we just talked a lot about vampires. But we did have this one really nice CG of Arkwit standing in front of the window as Shiki is unable to really clearly see the lines of death on her, and that was honestly really cool. But seems like, oh, it's getting hot in here. Is it the summer? Wait a second. No, in-game, it's almost the winter. The hotel is just on fire. So we see the monitor and see that the person who commands the Black Panther is here, and he's here to destroy us, I think. So we're going to, well, should I go outside and investigate, or should I stay in the room to observe the situation? After sitting on it for a little bit, I think I'm going to go outside to investigate. I think this will kill me, but honestly, I get to see more stuff. I'm not sure. But let's head into it.
Yes.
I take a short, deep breath to clear my head. I search for something that I could use as a weapon, but a quick survey of the room doesn't give me anything. I swallow my hesitation, take my knife from my bag, and head for the door.
好き。様子を見てくれ。俺が戻ってくるまで部屋から出るな。
Arkwit looks like she wants to say something, but I tear my gaze away and head into the hallway. I did say that I would do my job. It's dark. I guess the light must have malfunctioned. Whoops. Sorry. I was trying to rearrange my wire and I lost control of my buttons. The only light I see is a faraway glow from the elevator hall. Oh wow. My throat burns more now. The very air is thick and scraping against me like sandpaper. I wonder why it's his throat that burns, because his throat was burning when he killed Arkwit the first time. But why is it his throat of all places? But yeah, this is the same CG of the hallway from before, I think. But now it's just dark with, you know, only the light from the elevator. The silence in the hallway is unsettling. You could hear a pin drop. There isn't a single sign of life. No beep running in terror. No burnt burp. The utter silence is making me question what I saw on the monitor just now.
異常はないよな。
Closer. I walk through the hallway. Sweat forms into beads and runs down my forehead. It's so quiet. I'm starting to feel like I'm the intruder here. Intruder, intruder, intruder. Normally, you'd exterminate any pest that intrudes a place like this. It's all I can do to calm myself down. I readjust my grip on the knife so sweat doesn't make it slip from my palm. Smart move. I feel nauseous. There's a pressure near my temples. Somewhere between my eyes and my brain, my nerves experience a strange pull. As if my eyes are trying to crawl into my brain cavity. Or maybe my brain's trying to swallow my eyes. I bite back against the dull, aching pain as I traverse through the heat wave, blasting me from all sides. My eyes grow heavy. My eyelids feel like they're gaining mass. My body sways. I might just pass out. I know the feeling well. It's how I feel just before I collapse from anemia. It hurts. The pain is so unbearable. I have to take off my glasses. Ooh, man, that is a fragile wall. I look in the direction of the elevator. This corridor is so long. I kind of wonder, I wonder if Shiki told someone else to cut along the lines, if they would be able to do it. Or if it's only something that applies to Shiki. There's something even more special about him than just his eyes. It's gotta be more than 20 meters to the elevator from here. It's too far, I tell myself. Go back to the room. What is this? A few more steps and there'll be no more going back. Uh-oh. A clear sound. The gentle chime of the elevator shatters the silence, as if to herald the destruction of this pure, empty space devoid of life. A foreboding chill stops me in my tracks. My eyes are pulled towards the unwanted intrusion. Holy crap! Look at the lines on that elevator. Jeez. Dude, it feels like if someone poked the elevator, it'd freaking collapse. But luckily, the up and down buttons are indestructible. The small elevator light stops. It has arrived at its destination. I wonder why the lines are also like green now. There used to be just pure red and maybe some black, but now they're also kind of green. I wonder why. I can see the lines stretching across the elevator door in the distance. Though, Shrouded by a dense web of them, I can barely see the door. The door's open. I peer inside the cramped metal box. It's going to jump scare me. Oh no! The inside is overflowing with flesh. The flesh of things that were alive until a moment ago. Oh, fuck! Oh, we got the hellhounds here. My breathing ceases. Just like when my brain refuses to process the things I'm seeing, so do my lungs abandon their duty. I stare at the scene within the elevator. The thick chunks of red meat are packed tight as they can be within the metal box. In the middle of it all are two dogs tearing at their morbid feast. My vision turns red. With a nauseating squelching noise, a gelatinous mass of meat oozes out of the elevator. A sea of blood, carcass, bone, brain, fingers, and viscera. The pool of carnage only houses two living residents, the dogs. The rational part of my brain refuses to accept the scene as reality. At the end of the hallway, the dogs are still digging into the mutilated cadavers. Terrible news sounds travels up the elevator shaft. Discordant screams spill into the hallway. If I strain my ears, I can just make out the sounds of flesh being gnawed on, intermingled with the shrieks of despair, so anguished they hardly sound human. It feels like my hearing has found a shortcut to my imagination. Even though I can't see it with my eyes, the carnage is all too clear in my mind's eye. So is he imagining all this? I guess. People are being burned alive. People are eaten alive. A man notices the unusual temperature and leaves the room to flee. The second he opens the door, he is enveloped by a hellish fire that roasts him to the bone. A young girl sobs in despair, locked in her room. When the flames from the lobby reach her floor, she's in the bathtub. The water steams and bubbles, boiling her alive and turning her ruptured flesh to ash from the inside out. Many clamor to get into the elevator that arrive. Inside, they find it already packed with the bodies of those who tried to escape before. By the time the newcomers realize those present are no longer human, they are already being consumed. Oh my god, this entire hotel! There are two types of screams. Those born from fear of being eaten, and those born from fear of being burned alive. There are no exceptions. The small elevator is a microcosm of what the hotel has become. This vision of hell is so close. I can feel the agony flush against my skin. I want to throw up, but I can't. If I did, I'd become part of this horrible ocean of red. I force my body to remember how to breathe. I grind my teeth together to regain some sense of control. The dogs notice me. As soon as they do, all sound from the floors below stop. That can only mean one thing. No one else is alive. The dogs break into a sprint towards me. I'm the only prey left within their hunting grounds. The black hounds approach me. Their bodies are marked with countless lines. But they're no use to me now. My mind is too paralyzed to do anything. I can't even decide whether to fight or flee. Once one of the dogs leaps. No human could even come close to matching it in speed. It covers 20 meters in the hallway in less than 2 seconds. Oh, Fred, oh my god, look at those teeth! Its maw opens wide. Sharp, saw-like teeth reach for my throat. The dog's movements are fast and deadly efficient. The second my mind manages to process that it is leaping at me, the beast closes its fang around my neck with a terrible gnashing sound. This is where Shiki Tohno dies. Ah, no, that isn't right. This won't kill me. I won't die here. Seeing death isn't new to me. It was a hot summer day. It feels so long ago, yet it was merely 7 years. Oh, I guess he's not going to die. Back then, I witnessed something far more horrifying. Stab! Oh, counter! Got him! You got me for a second. Okay, now I can feel like I can look at this without caring much about spoilers. Okay, no, I still got spoiled, but like, you can kind of tell what's gonna happen. I am kind of curious about the other path though, but I guess I've locked into this route, so maybe I'll check it out in the future. I don't know. Stab. I thrust my knife into the forehead of the dog that tried to gnaw at my throat. As if on autopilot, my arm swung the second the monster's canines. Sorry. I was like, canines? Wait, the dog's dog? No, the dog's teeth, which are called canines. Okay. Touched my skin before it could pierce my carotid artery. There we go. I surprised even myself. Like a machine whose only function is cutting and slicing, I thread the knife through the dog's forehead with mechanical precision. It comes easy, as I'm merely cutting through one of the dog's lines. Normally, destroying an animal's brain wouldn't cause the body Destroying an animal's brain wouldn't cause the body to cease functioning immediately. Oh wait, that is right actually. I was like, wait, is that right? No, that is right. I think a body can still move for a little bit even without brain function, which is honestly really weird. You see like videos of like fish, for example, that are like super duper dead, that are like, you know, being put in an oven, but then they start like and they start moving and it freaks everyone out. The muscle will move in spasms in response to the brain's final signals, carrying out their last commands to the best of their ability. Even if I tore my blade straight through the dog's head, its fangs would still tear through my neck. But this is different. I didn't just kill the dog, I brought it death. Death means total cessation. No matter how monstrous the dog was, it lost every ounce of power the second I killed it. It falls limply to the ground. Round 2, fight! The second dog is already lunging towards me in its place. And that's another one. I stab the knife into its wide open jaw. My blade buries into its wet flesh. The skin of a dog may be oddly tough, but its insides are soft and yielding, its flesh and bones having long rotted. But I mess up this time. The dog's lines aren't on its head, they're all congregated around its chest. I might have managed to stab it, but the damage done is little more than a flesh wound. Only a flesh wound! The knife has pierced the dog's maw, reaching the back of its head, which naturally means that the hand holding the knife is now fully enveloped by the creature's mouth. The dog's still very much alive. It clamps its jaw shut around my outstretched arm. I feel the strain as it pulls against the soft cartilage between my hand and wrist. Any moment now, it'll tear straight through the flesh. Pain is enough to snap me back to reality. This fucking hurts! I love it when like they throw out an unexpected swear word, because like I swear all the time, but like it just seeing it officially in the thing is always really funny. What the hell am I doing getting my arm torn to shreds just to stick a knife into a dog's mouth? I struggle and squirm, trying to wrench my arm out of its vice-like grip. As something gnashes at my arm, intense pain shoots up through my nerves like a firework. Its teeth feel like they're stuck deep within my arm, but as it's awfully lively for something with a knife in its skull. The dog presses its weight against me, toppling both of us and pinning me down against the carpet. Oh god, it's so close! No, get away from me! My back is driven hard against the floor, but even now, its grip against my arm hasn't loosened one bit. With my knife still plunged deep inside its head, the black dog tightens its jaw further. It's going to rip my arm off! This is insane. What kind of dog keeps biting down in a situation like this? It's a zombie! Something warm and wet drips down my elbow. Red blood is dribbling from the dog's frenzied, quivering lips. It might be the dog's blood trickling down my arm from the knife. Or it might be my blood flowing freely as the dog tries to render my arm into mincemeat. To my scrambled brain, it doesn't matter much. The dog refuses to release its prize. There's no way I can run away with the dog still clinging to my arm. Not that running away was ever an option to begin with. Nor did I have any intention of doing so. I just want to survive. And in order to survive, there was only ever one condition. All I have to do is kill. All you need is kill. But how do I do that? It won't be long until one of my arms gets chewed off. That arm is still gripping that knife. The full weight of the dog has me trapped against the carpet. Even if I manage to pull my arm free, chances are the dog would still have its jaws around my neck the very next second. The desperate circumstances force a weak chuckle to escape my lips. I just need some time to assess the situation. Some time to really think it through. That's how I've always done things. That's how I was taught. Like, look, see how there are plenty of lines running along the back of the dog's head? The path to survival is blindingly clear. Just trace the dog's head. Oh, I thought those were scars. I didn't realize those were lines on the head. That's right. My controller ran out of battery for a second. This is a wild beast, a monster that devours humans. But when it's this close to me, I'm painfully aware of its wildly beating heart, burning with its own desire to live. It clamps down on my arm even harder than before. I'm such an idiot, so stupid. I wish it was me tearing my own throat out. It's kill or be killed. A natural universal law. So why? Why does the supposed cruelty of the action give me so much pause? Shiki, you gotta do it or else you're gonna die! A thick drop of blood splashes against my face. The red fluid drips down my forehead and into my eyes. My vision is painted a deep, dark crimson. It burns itself into my retinas until the red is all I can see. The warm, viscous liquid strikes me as oddly familiar. My consciousness is slowly slipping away from me. Alright, what kind of Deus Ex Machina are we gonna get now? Even so, I can't kill something that's alive. You already did it once! Hypocrite. You've already killed something much bigger than some mutt. Oh, this is still like terrifying as fuck. That's right. But that time was different. With Arcuid, Shiki Tohno wasn't thinking clearly at all. Even when I killed that big dog, it was as if my body moved on its own, without my input. But this time, it requires me to take a conscious decision. Didn't Master tell you, Shiki, to use this power for yourself, and not for anyone else? That's why, as long as I stay who I am, as long as I remain a decent human being, I will never take any life for granted. Hypocrite. You've done it all before, long ago. Wait, Is he saying that? So I actually don't really remember much about the flashback. I do know like one major spoiler, but I'm not gonna say anything. But does that mean like, okay, I'm assuming that one against the tree is Shiki. He is covered in blood, but now I think about it, he doesn't have a chest injury. They claimed it was a car accident and glass, but is it possible that that person against the tree isn't Shiki? Which, you know, would make sense because he's looking at this is his memory and he sees it from this point of view. That means that guy is someone else. But who? And there is like a lot of blood leading up to the front of the screen, so I guess Shiki's on the ground at the moment. He must have a stab in his chest or something, because honestly I don't really believe the car crash thing. But he's saying that he's done it before. Did he stab the other boy? Did he kill the other boy? A bad dream from my childhood. Look, what's holding you back now? It was a hot summer day. It's kill or be killed. Before me is the figure of a young boy drenched in blood. You've already... My hands are stained with warm red blood. Kill before... You've already... Wait. Okay, so... Sorry. You've already... killed before, haven't you? Oh god, oh god, oh, okay. Oh, jeez, I stab. Rather than extract my arm, I instead bury it deeper as I slice through the beast's skull. A pained shriek echoes in my eardrums. Unable to cry out properly with my arm jammed down its throat, the dog's wail resembles a woman's shrill scream. It must be in tremendous pain. Not that it matters. I drive the knife deeper inside, together with my mangled arm. The blade pokes out from the back of the dog's skull. I split its skull and effortlessly sliced through its hide, scattering gobs of blood and brain across the carpet. Oh my god, no! I mean, this was a hellhound, so I don't feel as bad, but it always sucks to see animal cruelty, you know, even though this thing is literally a hellhound. Before I know it, I've thrust both my knife and my arm cleanly through the back of the dog's skull. And yet, it still lives. There's only one thing left for me to do. I take the knife from my bloodied right hand and move it to my left. Oh, damn. The impaled dog's body trembles and squirms, seemingly pleading for mercy. It even stops digging its fangs into my flesh, as if to show remorse. Like I fucking care. I ran my blade along the beast's lines and quickly dismantled its body. Oh man, this is so fucking edgy, but I'm so for it. Oh man. It's so edgy, but I love it. I looked down at on that which was once filled with life. The limp body no longer protests as I finally remove my arm from its maw. I take a long look at my bloodied arm. My school uniform has been torn to shreds, but the gouge in my flesh aren't even a centimeter deep. That's still kind of bad though. The deluge of blood dripping down my arm earlier must have belonged to the dog. Oh, okay, that makes sense. It doesn't even hurt that badly anymore. My fear must have clouded my mind and amplified the pain in the heat of the moment. I'm still lying down on the floor, staring at the ceiling. My head hurts so much. The world is a patchwork stitched together by these lines of death. Though my limbs are freezing cold, my mind is spinning with a fever. Uh-oh, is he going crazy? Crazy, Shiki? The corpse of the two dogs are right beside me. One of my arms is covered in blood, while the other still clutches the reddened knife. Beneath this floor are the mangled and charred corpses of the victims that died in the pandemonium. So, I was gonna say, wait, is this floor like not as hot as the other ones yet? Like, I thought the building was on fire. Why are there nobody other people on this floor? And I remembered, oh right, we rented out this entire floor. There's nothing I can do but laugh. Because this isn't real. It can't possibly be real. I'm normal. Totally normal. The only weird thing here is this dream. The second I wake up, it'll all go away. But when did I start dreaming with my eyes open? No, it's round 2. The elevator chimes. Such a cute, clear noise. Entirely inappropriate for the current situation. It's the elevator adjacent to the one that brought the dogs. Oh, it's a different one, okay. My exhausted brain doesn't even try to contemplate what this means. The doors open. My mind might not be working, but my body will have to. In a dull haze, I grip the knife in my right hand and haul myself to face the oncoming tragedy. I don't want to do this. I warily gaze inside the newly arrived elevator. Inside, it is... Oh, it's completely empty. A bit of an anticlimax in its own way. The danger has passed. Everything's over. I've already gotten a grasp of the situation on the lower floors, which means there's no reason for me to stick around here. I turn to leave when... Stab? Wait, no one's supposed to be on this floor. I hear a woman's voice. She sounds so desperate. It almost seems out of touch with reality. Her pleading screams grow in volume, accompanied by panicked footfalls. There's no mistaking it. It must be a survivor, out of breath as she frantically works up her way to the stairwell next to the elevators. Oh, oh, okay. So the elevator, they're climbing up. I think that's actually the wrong thing to do in a fire, but sometimes it's hard to do the other one. She sounds relieved, but she doesn't slow her pace. Within moments, I can see her spilling from the stairwell and into the hallway. She starts running again as she takes note of me. I don't know, man. I'm kind of beat up now. Her expression, overcast and pale with fear, is lit up by a flash of joy as her eyes focus on me. Oh. I think she might have already been converted into like one of those ghouls, and then she's going to bomb Shiki, for lack of better words. Eh? A white gloved hand seizes her, ripping her from salvation and back into hell. A white gloved hand. Oh, what the? Oh, Jesus. Still watching me, the woman begs for help. What is... Huh. I don't... So I see a hand. I think it's her hand reaching out for help, but I'm not exactly sure what the other stuff I'm seeing is. Oh. And then she falls silent. So, that's the dude. Oh, crap. No, no! Office lady person, no! No resistance, no constraints that bind her. The second she's grabbed, she loses consciousness, as if this were all a dream, and she was snapped awake, leaving only her body behind. Stop! Stop this at once! That woman. Uh-oh. No! Oh, jeez. She has nothing to do with this. She's just a sweet and innocent girl. Preying on her is... Aww, my cries come too late. Not that they would have changed anything. My eyes are fixated on the woman's neck. Starry orbs of light flicker and scatter within my vision. Rage like never before boils in my chest. My vision clears and I see two soulless pits and a deluge of blood. Ah, this is his face. Jesus. The woman's legs twitch ever so slightly, her fingers jolting reflexively. All emotion, all life drains from her face. It has to be the first time I've seen it happen, but I don't need to be familiar with the sight to comprehend the horrific spectacle in front of me. The drinking and gulping of the monster is almost unnaturally loud against the otherwise silent hallway. When it's had its fill, the monster discards her body without a second thought. I wonder if he was using it for nutrients or if he was converting her into a ghoul. Or like one of the other things. Her body wavers, frail like a weathered tree. A ballerina tiptoeing the fine line between life and death. I gaze at her pitiful form. Aww. The woman is totally silent. The only sound is that of rushing blood. Then her back splits open. In a single moment, a fountain of blood erupts. The vampire sighs in relief as he bathes in scarlet shower. In an instant, everything around me changes. Oh, wait, was that hellhound that we killed the dog that looked like it melted? Oh man, like that other night. The sweltering temperature finally seems to match up with reality. A dam of fire bursts, flooding out all at once. The hallway is absolutely enveloped by flames. It sounds like final boss music, bro. The heat presses against me, singeing and stinging at my skin like claws. If I were to take a breath now, I'd surely burn my lungs and my bread. But something is strange here. The flames continue licking at their surroundings, and yet the building isn't on fire. As the only thing still alive here, I am the only one left to feel this inferno. My headache intensifies. The man begins walking my way. It's clear he's the source of this river of flames. Man, he's got quite the outfit. He definitely has an outfit that screams like, yeah, this guy would be a vampire. The closer he gets, the more terrible the heat becomes. He's still 15 meters away from me, but even at this distance, it's impossible for me to breathe. I realize that nothing could survive this man's vicinity. The proximity alone would lead to a certain incineration. The shadow continues onward in my direction. He's lean and tall, wearing antiquated clothes topped by a heavy fur cloak. I don't know if you want to wear that fur cloak because it's kind of hot here. In case if you didn't notice, I'd appreciate it if you turned off the heat in summer. Though his figure may be human-like, everything about him screams that he's anything but. There's something off about him, something weird, wild, crazy. Only 13 meters now. He continues without a sound. I think we might have to leave. I glare at the man, knife firmly in hand. He doesn't respond. I'm starting to wonder if he can even see me. 10 meters. I train my eyes on his body. Amid the rising flames, I can finally see the lines of death that cover him. Oh yeah, he's got a core. What the heck is that? My brain feels like soup boiling over an open flame. What is that? A dense and intricate torrent of death swirls at the center of it all. And at the center of the torrent, an odd glimmer, bright and shiny like a precious jewel. My head hurts too much to keep staring at it. It's like how staring straight into the sun will burn your retinas. There's no way I can directly stare at his core for too long. If I don't steel myself, the brain itself might rupture at the sight of it. 8 meters. He draws even closer. The temperature rises, though not enough to cook the human flesh yet. 6 meters. The man stops. His focus falls on me. It took him this long to notice me standing there. I meet his gaze. Oh man, yeah. I guess the lines aren't just red. Like you can see on his face they're blue or green or cyan, I don't know. That color shade. I shouldn't make eye contact. Arkwood's words of warning ring clearly in my ears. But I can't tear my eyes away. I can't ignore the abyss before me. He's different. His eyes can't be the mystic eyes Arkwood was talking about. These are entirely fundamentally different. They aren't eyes that bind the viewer. They're just filled with madness. The eyes of one who has lost his mind. A madman. A poor hapless man driven crazy by his own impulses. A man just like me. Hey, I don't know where I'm going. I'm trying to find this chick, if you've heard of her. I think her name is Arkwood. You can point me in the right direction. I'll let you live, like, for 5 more seconds. My instincts scream at me to get out of danger. Every alarm in my body tells me this is bad news. But my body won't move. Not even as much as a single finger's tip. Danger signals fire through my synapses. No matter the cost, I have to get away from him. If I don't, it'll be the end for me. But I'm too late. The creature with sickly eyes stares at me and barely pays me any notice. Burn, baby, burn. From its outstretched hand unfolds a fire that'll burn me alive. Shiki, cut the fire! You can do it! I'm going to die. This fire is as real as it's terrifying. Different from the blue flames that flooded the hall. There's some sort of byproduct, an effect of his cause. They can I was gonna say they can swallow you alive. They can swallow you alive, but you wouldn't die immediately. They'd scorch you with some awful phantom pain that feeds off life itself. But these flames are different. Just getting close is enough to char the skin, enough to burn all organic matter to ash. The fire engulfs me from all sides like a claw seizing its prey. It will cleave my body into 2, neatly cauterizing the flesh where it's where it rips it apart. That's freaking terrifying. The only thing more real than this fire is my fate. Yet, just before I die... Oh, she's here! My body is flung backwards with a snap. Oh, okay. The name creased from my throat. My mind goes blank. I have a rough understanding of what just transpired. Arkwood pulled me back before stepping in front of me to absorb the blow from that sinister, fiery hand. But what I don't understand is why she did it. Wasn't I supposed to be her shield? So why is she getting hurt to protect me instead? Arkwood's face scrunches up in pain. Fire! More fire! More fire! The man hits her with the flaming claw again and again. But this time, she doesn't have to pull me out of the fire's way. Arcuit swings her right hand like she did in the alley, batting the flames away. But she's unable to extinguish the flames entirely, and the lingering embers strike her head on. Does that mean even Arcuit could be burned if she took the full brunt of these flames? Are they hot enough to kill even her, this woman with barely any lines on her, who is supposed to be so far removed from death? The entire clash lasts less than 5 seconds. The two exchange a dozen blows each. I don't understand why, but when they're done, the man solemnly lowers his arm. He stares at Arcuit intently, not saying a single word. Arcuit glares back bitterly as she clutches at her red abdomen. The man has eyes for nothing but Arcuit. He doesn't even care that I'm here, safe behind Arcuit's protective figure, clutching a knife. He's like, oh, he's got fog. Vapor. Oh yeah, he's got I guess vapors is the right word actually, because it's not cold. Vapor slips from the man's lips. His breath is heavy, like it's being pushed through an exhaust pipe, as he reaches with his left hand to find something beneath his coat. You hear a faint metallic click. It's gotta be some kind of blade. He's hiding a long object beneath his coat. The same object he used to render through the back of that woman and turn her into a fountain of oh god, blood. Oh. He takes one step closer to Arcuit. His weapon is still carefully concealed beneath his coat. Oh. Oh, wow, look at that. Her eyes aren't red anymore. Is she activating a mystic eye? I wonder what kind of eye that would be. Oh, what kind of mind shenanigan is this? Can Shiki hear this? The man stops in his tracks. A light flickers behind his hollow eyes, as if he's only just remembering himself. I don't even know what language Arcuit would use, but the man clears his throat, composing himself. His voice carries a current of pain, like he had forgotten like he had forgotten he were a living being? Is that right? I think it's supposed to be was, right? I don't know. A living being until just now. Yeah, I definitely recognize that voice. Oh man. That's yeah, I definitely got it right last time. Oh man, I thought this guy was voiced by someone else in the past. I think it was like the same guy who voiced like Kirei, Kotomine Kirei. That guy, I think his name was Joji. He like voices a lot of these antagonists in Type Moon works. I think he did it in Kara no Kyokai as well. That being said, this is like a lot of the people here were recast, probably due to age. Oh, an ancestor. Oh, but not like inherited, not actually born one. So he's not just a dead apostle then. The atmosphere in the hall shifts. The azure flames well up all around the corridor, burning ever brighter. It looks like Arcuit hit a sore spot. Vlov. Okay, gotcha. A pained expression paints his face. Vlov Archangel. He declares his name. He killed his master.
俺は俺が欲しいものしか奪わない。
So you want Ark?
心構えは立派だけど、それなら私だけに絞りなさい。これはちょっとやりすぎよ。
いや、この都市は汚れている。焼き尽くさなければ俺の心情に戻る。
あっそう。つまり蛮族同然の三流使徒だったわけ。
ソヤであることは自覚している。
Oh jeez.
神祖の姫、その心臓を俺によこせ。
Don't be so heartless. Ha! Ha! The air around Volve twists with the simmering heat. Like a river bursting through its banks, the fire rushes in our direction. Arkwit stands in front of me like a breakwater, holding back the flood from swallowing me whole.
動かないで、シキ。この炎があいつの武器。
Did you think I didn't notice that?
消し炭になりたくなかったら、私の後ろから離れないで。
I appreciate her warning, but something about her words strikes me as odd. This is his weapon? Is she really sure about that? I mean, after creating those high temperatures, he's still... No, this isn't the time to think about that. Oh wait, he's saying that he has something else? How did Shiki notice that then? Oh, he's talking about his knife. Yeah, because he put his hand in his pocket. Oh, okay, gotcha. Or whatever he's hiding beneath his coat. Focusing, I tightly grip the knife in my hand. He's coming. The hallway is now a cavern of flames. Volve pulls the blade from his coat. Oh. Oh, I thought all the flames just swirled into his blade like freaking Captain Yamamoto from Bleach and his Bankai. It was like whoosh. Okay. For some strange reason, Vol suddenly turns his back towards us. He strides down the hall and leisurely enters the elevator, leaving us behind as if nothing had happened. What? Why? Okay. Now I officially don't understand a goddamn thing. Wait, this burn mark is weird. Yeah, because usually it's kind of like if someone stops the burn, it goes like in a V shape around them. But here it went to the V shape in front of them. So, oh, no. So Volve was standing there. He probably fired the fire out. So, okay, never mind. That makes sense. I don't understand those dogs. I don't understand the flames that covered the hallway. And I don't understand the waking nightmare that attacked the hotel. Okay. I'll use some of my power. I'm going to need you to protect me for another day. She's got a nasty wound. It looks like she managed to stop the bleeding, but her face is contorted in pain. It's still fresh. After all, she's only just received the wound while she was shielding me from certain death.
そうだよ。お前、なんで？
ちょっと甘く見てた。
Okay, so originally we thought he was a dead apostle, which would put him like several tiers below, but now that he's inherited the ancestor, whatever that's called, it shows that he's not as weak as your average dead apostle. Okay.
あれくらいならシキを助けて、私も軽くかわせると思ったんだけど。さすがだね、シキ。シキにやられた傷、そんなに甘くなかったみたい。
With her face still scrunched up in pain, Arkwit smiles as if she were amused by her own words. I can't bear to look at her. Not only did she suffer this wound while protecting me, I'm the reason she's this weak in the first place. So why is she smiling at me so stupidly? How am I ever supposed to respond? Arkwid leans against me, putting her weight on my shoulders as she closes her eyes.
ちょっと待て。何目を閉じてるんだ、バカ！しっかりしろ。お前は夜なら死なない吸血鬼なんだろ。
Super Vampire!
でも、私、なんだか限界みたい。
Oh wait, Shiki still can't see the lines on her. Yeah, she's still spotless pretty much. So I wonder if that's just sprite limitation, I don't know.
悪いんだけど、部屋まで連れ帰っておいて。
I mean, I feel like the police would come to see this hospital that was, you know, burned because of arson. Arkwood collapses against me. I know they said that like the guy probably did some magic stuff to make it so that this place wasn't really known by people. Shiki said that when he looked outside, nobody noticed that the hotel was on fire, but like, you know, some people would be suspicious that some people didn't go home that night. I managed to catch her just in time, arms wrapped tight around her slender body.
ちょっと待ってくれ。そんな。
If you die on me here, I'll really have no idea how to respond.
ダメだ。起きろ、アルクエド。
I shouted at her, shivering. Her eyes remained closed. When she literally, I mean, she did say she was gonna sleep, right? Okay, she didn't, but she said, "Help me back to my apartment." Her soft snoring sounds so content. I'm starting to feel like an idiot for being worried about her at all. Yeah, my concern was wasted on her. She's not dying, she just fell asleep.
部屋まで連れてけって、また勝手なこと言いやがって。
It's not like there's any other option, though. We can't exactly stay at the hotel when it's like this. Things will get difficult if we stick around the scene of the massacre. Despite everything being limited to just the hotel, as morning comes and people arrive, it'll quickly be clear what happened. I need my glasses. My head still hurts. Arkwood isn't the only one who's at her limit. I put my glasses back on to at least alleviate my headache.
アルクエイドの部屋って。あそこか。
Oh, it's still got my puke in it. Even though I've only ever visited once, I still vividly recall its location. Well, no point loitering here any longer. I gather up our things from the royal suite, pull Arkwood into my arms, and leave the barren hotel with a feeling of shame pressing down on my shoulders. Oh man, so I am recording this without turning on the AC because I want this playthrough of this game to not be interfered by background noise. But as a result, it is currently like summer, like in the midst of summer, and I am sweating so much, and I feel like I experienced the heat from Volve like myself. It's already light outside. Oh, that's why he left. That explains why the man left so suddenly. I was like, that's weird. He literally had the upper hand. He was like, all right, bye. But yeah, I forgot. He said that it was like 4:30 something when he encountered the dude. And according to Shiki, sun rises at like 5. So yeah. The sun illuminates the city with its gentle light. Night has given way to day. For now, I should just focus on getting Arkwood the rest she needs. Taking a taxi is out of the question. We stand out. If a pair like this suspicious got into your car, you definitely remember their faces. Especially since, you know, Arkwood is foreigner and very pretty and also unconscious for some reason. Instead, I carry Arkwood as far from the hotel as I can before boarding a bus bound for Soya Station. We're lucky, given the early hour. There are no witnesses or curious onlookers to point their gaze at us. Oh, it is 5 a.m. I mean, some people would be up, but I don't know how many people would be out. So, I guess it's fair. The emergency exit around the back is exactly like I left it 2 days ago. Neither the residents nor the building caretakers must have noticed the lock was broken. It's 6:30 in the morning now. I sneak into the self-proclaimed vampire's room just like I did last time. Finally, this long mess of a day can be laid to rest. Oh boy. Oh right, it just occurred to me. Yeah, we're gonna get another day. It was technically like the next day, but because it was you know, it was still like one story section and we never got to go to sleep properly, they just considered it, you know, one day. Ah, alright. Well, I guess we'll continue for a little bit longer. Alright, chapter 4, or day 4 was called Fire and Blood 1. Now it's Fire and Blood 2. I completely forgot about that. I was thinking like, man, the first introduction of this villain, and I wonder if it's possible for them to win, but nah, it was not ordained. I didn't even notice how pretty this room was because last time we freaking sliced Ark into 17 parts. I guess Shiki didn't know either because he's like, Arkwood's room doesn't exactly scream vampire. I wasn't in a right state of mind last time, so I didn't get a good look, but it's just a normal apartment. There isn't a bottle of blood in sight. No mysterious sculptures or antiques either. She's a trendy vampire. Oh, right, because she doesn't eat. I mean, she does say, like, having the normal food once in a while isn't too bad, right? I muttered to myself as I lay her down on the bed sheets. Arkwood might be light, but that doesn't make it any less exhausting to have carried her all the way here. That was a long night. I plant myself right there on the floor and catch my breath. It's just about 7 o'clock. I wonder, I'm still waiting for the moment we go back home. It's like, Aki's like, where were you last night? And he's like, oh, I just went to a hotel with some chick. And she's just like,
そっか。カーテン閉めてやらないと。
I force one last ounce of strength into my tired bones and shut the curtains. And with that, my body finally releases the tension it's been holding on to all this time. As I try to sit back down, my knees give out and sends me crashing down onto the floor.
情けない。女の子一人運んだだけで。
A very important girl. Ever since my accident, my body's been slow to heal from injuries. Though that was never cause for me to shy away from working out. The Arimas had a dojo. Man, the Arimas had a lot of stuff. They had a tea, very traditional Japanese stuff, it sounds like. Like they had tea ceremony, a dojo. So I make sure to exercise as much as I could. Even when a common cold can be dangerous if you don't take care of yourself. But since I've kept active, I'd say I'm about as fit as anyone. It's just my stamina that's awful. Like an athlete geared for a single sport, I'm a sprinter that isn't going to be winning any marathons. Ah, relatable. Relatable. Now that I'm lying on the ground, there's no way I'm getting up again. I spent the entire night talking to Arkwood, and it's been a full day since I had anything decent to eat. It's kind of amazing that I managed to hold out this long, frankly.
歩くエド。傷大丈夫かな。
Oh, it's her sleeping again, but PNG flipped. I still glance at the girl on my bed. Actually, I'm kind of curious. So, we're currently on day 5, Fire and Blood. I am curious about this choice here to stay in the room. But, yeah, we'll figure that out some other day. Her abdomen seems to have stopped bleeding, and if she can come back to life after being dismembered, I'm not really sure I need to be worried in the first place.
どうかしてるな。
Oh, I'm getting sleepy. My head throbs like I have a fever. I'm so tired, I can barely breathe, yet here I am, more worried about her than myself. Maybe I am really coming down with something. Okay. So, Shiki's probably gonna miss school again. Probably. Ooh. Well, Arcade, she...
オートバイのブレーキペダルが何らかの異常をきたしており、ブレーキの効かない状態で急な坂道を降りたことが原因とみられています。
Oh, so there was an accident somewhere. They claim motorcycle, but I don't think it's related to the thing that happened last night. But like, oh man, Arkwood is currently asleep. She said that in the daytime she'd be safe from vampires, but potentially might be attacked by familiars. But I don't know if Volve knows her apartment, so it's hard to say at the moment.
負傷者は2名、幸い死者はおりませんでした。
寝ちゃったのか俺。
Guess I was tired enough to pass out right here on the floor. It looks like someone opened the curtains and covered me with a blanket while still snoozing. I wager it's past noon by now. Aww. The TV is switched on and playing the same old news in the background. I look to the bed, but I don't see Arkwood.
あいつどこに。
I prop myself up to get a better look around. You see, if this was like a fan service anime, she would be taking a shower and coming out very, very soon. Is it? There's a hint of movement coming from the kitchen in the next room. Ah, the kitchen. Never mind that.
あんな体のくせに何動き回ってるんだ。
I shrug off the blanket as I lurch to my feet. I mean, that's actually nice because like, I know she doesn't have to eat, I think, but like Shiki, he hasn't eaten a single thing. I better head to the kitchen and check on her wounds.
次のニュースです。
Hotel?
倉見橋ドームホテルで火災が発生しました。 内部からの火災警報はなく、午前6時、業務に戻ったスタッフがホテル内の異常を発見し、警察に通報。
Yeah, no one heard the blood-curdling screams of the victims.
現在、消防署と連携を取りながら、ホテル内の消火作業を続けている模様です。
Oh, wait, this might be bad because, like, we actually have records of entering the hotel, right? I freeze in place. My gaze is drawn back to the newscast.
ホテルに宿泊していた200名の安否は未だ確認されておりません。現在、消火作業は急ピッチで進められていますが、未だ
Oh, jeez.
救助者は1名も発見されず。
200 people just because Volv was looking for Arquid. The news anchor continues droning on about details in a detached voice. A list of 200 names scroll across a photo of the hotel we stayed at last night. Ooh, are we gonna be there? Neither Arquid nor my name is listed. Oh, okay.
警察の調べによると、ホテル内の壁が一部破損していることから、通常の火災ではなく、ホテルの構造欠陥による爆発事故である可能性。
Yeah, it's one of those gas explosions in every goddamn Fate Holy Grail war. I turn off the TV. 200 guests remain unaccounted for? They have yet to find any survivors? If they already know what they know, why hold out on telling everyone the truth? That every last person in the hotel was engulfed by those flames, insane flames, and burned to a crisp, leaving nothing behind. Oh! I resist the urge to hurl. I can't. Not here. Not now. Simply feeling sick would make me no better than the swine. After coming out of that alive, the only thing I should let myself feel is hatred. 200 people. 200 people of whom not a trace remains, who are massacred without a shred of sympathy or mercy. Oh, damn. His face flares vividly in my mind. Man, he caused so much damage. I don't know who he is. All I know is that he's the monster behind the carnage. Is my heart numb from all the things I saw? I mean, this is why Arquid recruited you too. It's like, this is your city, you know? I'm trying to stop the serial killer. You know, it's gonna help you if you help me. Fear still courses through my veins. Anger too, coiling around like a snake. Yet my thoughts remain cool and collected. It's like my brain and my heart are working on two different frequencies. Just thinking about that fur-cladded man makes me want to rage, yet my fingertips tingle with alertness, primed for action. I don't need emotions to know what to do. I don't need fire or heat or passion. All I need is to cleanly cut through his lines. Oh, she's gonna be Shiki!
気がついたの、シキ。
Arquid pokes her head out from the kitchen.
怖い顔しちゃって何かあった？
I kind of wish she had a different outfit. That would have been kind of nice. Arquid talks to me casually, like nothing happened.
いや、別に。おはよう。
おはよう。朝の挨拶をするなんて珍しい経験ね。
Aw, man. I was wondering, like, man, why didn't she really interact with other, like, many people? She seems like a really cool person, but then I realized, yeah, she's a vampire. Yeah, the moment they learn she's a vampire, they're gonna scoot-a-doop, I'm running away! Her sweet smile takes me by surprise. I need to swallow even hard to even out my breathing. The cold thoughts of vengeance that clog my mind melt like snow before the sun. Aw, she is the sun even though she's actually the moon. Ugh, what am I even thinking about? Get it together, Shiki. The whole reason you got up in the first place was to check on Arquid.
アルクエド、傷はいいのか？
傷？ええ、とりあえず問題ないわ。
Arquid seems to be just fine. It looks like she's back to the way she was before. If anything, she's definitely looking better than I'm feeling right about now.
そうか。それならよかった。
At least the person in my immediate vicinity is safe. Huh? What the hell am I talking about? Arquid isn't even a person. At least not in the usual sense. How did I forget that? I must still be half asleep.
でもまあ、 いいことには変わりはないよな。お前の傷、大したことじゃなかったんだから。
No, it was pretty bad.
どうしたのよ、シキ。ちょっと前までは私のこと化け物呼ばわりしてたくせに。
Oh, come off it.
あのな、ちょっと前までじゃなくて、今でもそう思ってる。でもそれとこれとは別問題だろ。助けてもらったら感謝ぐらいはするさ。
助けたって私がシキを？
Arkwood's eyes are wide with surprise. Did she not even realize she rescued me?
そうだよ。お前は俺を助けてくれたんだよ。だから、今更だけど、かばってくれてありがとう。お前に引っ張られなかったら、俺も焼け死んでいたところだ。
ありがとうって。別にいいよ、そんなこと考えなくて。シキがブローブと出会った原因は私にあるんだし、シキに感謝される資格はないもの。
助けられたのも事実だろ。アルクエイドは俺をかばってくれた。その点だけは本当に感謝してる。
確かに事実だけ見ればそうだけど、やっぱりそれは違うよ、シキ。見張り役を引き受けなければあなたはあんな目には合わなかった。
Yeah, but I wouldn't have to do that if I didn't kill you.
シキの生活に毒を混ぜたのは私よ。あなたは私を憎みこそすれ、感謝するのは間違ってるんじゃない？
Arkwood's gotten weirdly caught up in this.
間違ってないよ。自分の行動は自分で責任を持つしかない。ずっと昔にそういうことを教えてくれた人がいたんだ。周りがどうあれ、自分が望んでやったことは自分の手で決着をつけなさいって。
Which is why I don't hold the slightest grudge against her over the whole guard thing either. If there's anyone to blame for getting me into this mess, it's myself.
そっか。言われてみれば盾が必要になったのはシキが私を殺したからだものね。
How do you keep getting your hair to float like that in the first place?
ならあなたを巻き込んだことについて私が謝る必要はないってこと？
ああ、そういうこと。自業自得なんだよ、今の俺は。
Oh man, all this work I get for killing someone. Ugh.
自業自得か。うん。シキってば初めから運が悪かったのね。人を殺すにしたって私以外の子にしておけばこんなことにはならなかっただ
If
ろ
you
うし。
just gone and killed any other girl, none of this would have happened.
あのな。
That's assuming I would have killed someone else at all. It's not like I make a habit out of stalking people down the street and murdering them. Arkwood was the first and only person for whom I've ever felt that uncontrollable urge to kill. And I have a feeling I wouldn't just feel that for anyone else.
あ、
何？忘れ物でも思い出したの？
いや、忘れ物というか、なんていうか。
Finally!
考えてみれば、どうして俺はお前を殺そうなんて思ったんだろう。
Finally, you finally bring that up. She's like, I don't know, you're the one who killed me. Arkwood knits her brow in disapproval. A fair reaction. You wouldn't want to hear your murderer doesn't even know why they killed you.
理由なんてないんじゃない？だってシキは根っからの殺人鬼なんだから。
は？
私を襲った時なんてすごく手慣れていたものね。チャイムを押して扉が開いた瞬間に手を差し込んできて、有無を言わさず中に押し入る。こっちが驚いている間に狙撃で生命活動を停止させて、あとはザックザクに切り裂いてバラバラにする。
It was 17.
うん。あの不意打ちは完璧だった。どのくらい完璧だったかっていうと、あの時の指揮をそのままキャンバスに閉じ込めれば、それ以上はないほどの絵になるぐらい完璧だった。
Please don't. I'm really sick of it. And it was a very nasty scene, and some of my vomit would be on the canvas.
私がまだ正常なままだったら、お城に持ち帰って飾ってあげたいぐらい。
Hold up, castle? I guess you did say you were loaded. Arkwood excitedly rattles off a litany of bizarre praise. But there's just one issue.
けど、今回は殺した相手が悪かったわね。
You killed the wrong girl. I came to get back at you, bitch.
シキが今まで何人殺してきたかは知らないけど、 獲物に私を選んだ時点で年貢の納め時だったんじゃない？何よ、さっきから怖い顔して。言いたいことがあるならはっきり言えばいいのに。私とあなたの間で今さら我慢することなんてないでしょ？
How right she is. I nod and beckon her to come closer.
何？内緒話？
Oh, look at her. She's like, tell me, tell me, tell me. Arca closes the gap between us quickly, eyes sparkling with anticipation. I bring my lips to her ear and decide to say my piece. I've never killed anyone.
何？
1, 2.
そんなわけないだろ、このバカ女
Yeah, frickin' idiot! My voice echoes throughout the apartment. I blasted Arkwood's eardrums with all the volume I could muster. Oh! Oh, you almost killed me a second time! Arkwood groans as she makes a big show of clutching her ear.
もう、あったまきた。突然何するのよ、シキ。
怒りたいのはこっちの方だ。なんか微妙にめちゃくちゃな注文してきやがるかと思えば、お前、そういうことだったのか。
え？そういうことって何？
Oh, she thinks he's a skilled assassin, so given whatever situation, he'd be able to make it out. But nah.
俺をイカれた殺人鬼だと思い込んで、化け物相手に盾になれとか見張りをやれとか、無茶な注文をしてきたことだよ。
She's like, wait, aren't you?
とんでもない勘違いをしやがって。いいか、この際言っておくけど、俺は殺人鬼でも殺人狂でもない。人を殺すなんて、お前が初めてだったんだから。
Oh! My confession must have come out as quite the surprise. Her sheer shock makes me finally realize how extraordinary it was that I murdered her.
嘘。あんなに手慣れてて、あれが初めてだったっていうの？
A phrasing!
そうだよ。こんなおかしな目を持ってるけど、俺だってそれなりに、できるだけ真面目に生きてきたんだ。この線を使って人を殺したいなんて思ったことは、一度もない。
ふん。それじゃあどうして見ず知らずの私を殺したりしたのよ。
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
だからそれが。
I'm about to tell her, I don't know, but pause as I realize what a coward I am.
あの時、俺は、お前と街ですれ違った途端、吐きそうなぐらい気になって。
Oh, I think I skipped some of the dialogue because there was a long pause, but I felt like throwing up. From the second I saw her, I could only think of her snow white form. Boom, boom. I couldn't stop the lust welling up beneath my skin. Nor the vulgar grin that crept across my face as I chased her down.
俺は、そのまま、気がついたら、君を。
Right here in this room. Without any rhyme or reason, I chopped up that beautiful figure and stood in the puddle of her bloody remains. Yeah, you did. Strength evaporates from my body. No longer able to stand, I drop to my knees. Of course I don't have any right to be angry with Arkwood. Even if she's alive now, even if she was never human to begin with, the fact remains that I killed her with my own two hands.
何よ、またいきなり黙っちゃって。そうかって、何がそうなの、シキ。
だから、ごめんって。
I've been using how weird this all was to avoid doing something incredibly important.
ごめん。ごめんな、アルクエイド。俺は、君をここで殺した。俺は何より、そのことを、一番最初に謝らないといけなかったのに。
No wonder Arkwit thought I was some kind of cold-blooded killer. Without showing any guilt or remorse, I've been acting like I was the victim. Not just that, even now I still don't know why.
殺したのは事実なんだ。だから、俺は罰を受けないといけない。
What I did was beyond evil. A person who decides to take a life without reason doesn't deserve to walk free.
そう。四季は本当に自分でも理由がわからないのね。
I nod, still hanging my head.
つまり、楽しいとも感じなかったってことでしょ？うん。確かに殺人鬼の中には息をするみたいに人を殺すやつもいるけど、四季は普段はまともっぽいよね。
そうだな。一応そのつもりだけど。
いえ、まっとうすぎるぐらいまともよ、あなたは。それで、殺したくなったのは私だけなの？
ああ。アルクエド以外にはそんな気持ちにはならなかった。
I don't like killing people all the time. Give me some credit.
なんだ、なら問題ないじゃない。ほら、顔を上げて四季。あなたは殺人鬼なんかじゃないよ。
I lift my head, as if I've been forgiven. Arkwit is smiling, brewing with such confidence and trust that it startles me. I killed her, but she believes in me more than I believe myself.
それに何の罰も受けなくていいと思う。たまたま四季が殺したいって思った相手が私で、厄介なことに四季にはこれ以上ない殺人技巧が備わっていた。
You know, things happen sometimes. You roll the die, roll a nat one.
けど、都合のいいことに私が吸血鬼だったんだから、誰も死んでないでしょ？だから四季がそんなに悩む必要はないよ。人間たちの社会の道徳も気にしなくていいと思う。人間にあなたは弾劾できない。だって、今のところ世界で四季を責めていいのは、被害者である私と当事者である四季本人だけなんだから。
Yeah, I think he's like been coping with this at the fact that he killed someone for a long time. But I wonder if anything's gonna change once Arkwit forgives him, which is like right now. She's saying that like it's fine, you didn't kill anyone. It just happened to be me, and I just happen to be someone that can come back to life. But I don't know if Shiki can forgive himself.
それはそうだけど、お前を殺したっていう事実だけは決して。
Oh, whoops. Even if what Arkwit said is true, even if there's no proof that any crime occurred, I'm still going to carry this sin with me forever.
それは当然よ。私だってまだ根に持ってるんだから。そう簡単に忘れられちゃ困るわ。
I'm gonna milk this for the rest of my life, so don't make it short.
だけどね、四季。ちゃんとあなた本人がそう思えて、ずっと後悔していくんなら、問題はないんじゃない？
That'd just be cheating my way out, though.
四季、人間の中にはね、どんなに世の中を恨んでいても、悪魔に魂を売れない人がいるわ。例えば、吸血鬼相手にごめんなさい、なんて言える正直者とかね。だから大丈夫。誰がなんて言ったって、四季本人がそうじゃないって言い切ったって、四季はまだそっち側の世界にいられるよ。
I'm at a loss for words. How can she say such kind, reassuring words to the man who murdered her?
ほら、そんなことより、私たちにはもっと厄介な問題があるでしょ？四季の目も覚めたんだし、今後のことを話し合いたいんだけど。
Uh-oh. Huh? It's like someone flipped a switch. One moment, Arkwit is cheerfully chattering away, and the next, she's on the ground.
アルクエド!
I rushed to her side. Let me guess, is her stomach going to growl?
参ったな。やっぱりまだ無理みたい。
Okay, never mind. Her breathing is labored, and beads of sweat glisten across her brow. My eyes wander to her abdomen, where the slightest trace of red has started to seep through her white sweater.
お前、この傷。
That's the one she incurred while protecting me in the hotel.
グローブに裂かれたところね。四季にやられたせいで治りが遅くなってるだけよ。とりあえず傷口だけは塞いでおいたんだけど、あんまり効果はなかったみたい。
Her tone is still cheery as ever, but I notice an undercurrent of pain shuddering around the edges.
塞いでおいたって何で？
それ。
Arkwit gestures at the brown object dropped haphazardly on a wooden floor. At a glance, I'm mistaken it for a small ring cake, but upon closer inspection, I realize it's packing tape. I'm just gonna Amazon package my wound away.
バカも休みにしろ！ガムテープで傷口を縛るやつがどこにいるってんだ！
もう、あんまり人のことバカバカ連呼しないでよ。なんだか本当にそうなのかなって考えちゃうじゃない。
Then you should.
うるさい！いいから傷口を見せろ！
I reach a hand out to lift her shirt, and Arkwit quickly steps away from me, dropping backwards onto the bed with a soft thud.
ふざけるな。傷口が開いたらどうするつもりだ？
いいよ、こんなの放っておいたって。
Come on, I'm still a heroine, Baka.
四季こそバカな真似はやめてよね。女の子の服を剥ごうなんて人よりタチが悪いわよ。
あのな、俺はお前を人間として見てないんだから、男も女もないだろ。ほら、いいからおとなしくしてろ。俺をかばった傷で死なれたら一生負い目ができちまう。
Arkwit pouts and glares at me for a moment, but ultimately rolls over the bed in my direction. Her lips still firmly shut. She gets back on her feet with a childlike reluctance. She's sulking about it, but it looks like she'll at least let me take a look.
よし。どんな手当てをしたのか、ちょっと見せてみろ。
Oh! That's gonna be hard to take off, isn't it? That's pretty bad. Arkwit lifts her sweater to reveal her abdomen. Bakayaro! I have to resist the urge to go off on a tirade again. The tape is tightly wrapped around not just her wound, but her entire abdomen. The second she lowers her shirt again, I pull Arkwit up into my arms.
何するのよ、四季！
ベッドに寝かすんだよ。病院に連れて行きたいのは山々だけど、そういうわけにはいかないだろう。
I place her back onto the bed as gently as I can.
いいか、俺が戻ってくるまで絶対に動き回るなよ。さっきみたいに歩き回ったら、お前のことなんて忘れてさっさと逃げるからな。
But the stove is still on since I was cooking for you. I quickly scan the room. Not a first aid kit or even a bandage in sight. Guess you don't need a lot of those when you can revive whenever you want. Yeah, I was about to say. And hell, this might be the first time she's ever needed medical treatment. I feel around to check how much I have on me. 2,000 yen in cash. Not a lot.
いや、見栄を張ってる場合じゃない。
Give me your wallet!
お前、金持ちだって言ったよな。
お金には不自由してないけど。
Give me like 10 bucks, maybe 20. I need to go buy some stuff to patch you up.
現金でもカードでも、とにかく貸してくれ。お前に効果があるかどうかはわからないけど、最低限の手当ぐらいしよ
う。This is robbery!
いいけど、無駄かもしれないよ。
無駄でもやるんだ。そのまま放っておけるもんか。
わかった。私も体の作りそのものは四季たちと同じなんだし、それなりに意味はあるかもしれないし。
Arkwit holds out a wad of 10,000 yen bills in front of me. Yo, stacks on stacks. I'm not even gonna ask where she pulled this stack of bills from.
お前は黙って横になってろ。あ、でも眠っちゃダメだからな。横になってもちゃんと起きてるんだぞ。
Trust me, I've been in a hospital for a very long time. I know these processes.
四季、すごく無茶な注文してるよ、それ。
無茶だけどやれ。眠ると体の機能は低下する。免疫力とか抵抗力な。なんで、傷が塞がっていないまま寝ると、ますます悪化するんだそうだ。 睡眠で回復するのは頭の疲れだけで、傷や病気は治してくれないだろう。だからとりあえず手当てをするまでは起きていた方がいい。
へ
へえ。
それってその通りよ。
あのさ、なんで笑うんだよそこで。
だって式が頼りになるんだもん。
She must have a screw loose somewhere. But I'll keep from saying anything. I need to get back to the job at hand. I'll leave her bedroom and remove my bloodstained jacket before I head out. Time to go shop it. Wait, what? Something in the kitchen catches my eye as I head for the exit.
飯だ。
Sitting on the table is a meal, or rather, a plate of food. Maybe a mishmash of ingredients would be more accurate. At the very least, I think it was something that was supposed to resemble food? It must be why Arkud was in the kitchen earlier. She said that she normally doesn't eat anything, so I don't exactly need to guess who she was preparing all this food for. Aww.
もう、なんなんだ、あいつ。
I'm annoyed. I can't stay in there a second longer. I dash into town, hoping to find something that'll help her heal. Oh. Man, she's dumb. At least that was my intention, but it's not like I've ever given first aid before. I'll just buy whatever supplies come to mind. Disinfectant, gauze, bandages, and painkillers. Oh, and better pick up something nutritious too. Can't really go wrong with that. Thankfully, I'm not short of money. It might be my inexperience speaking, but it's better to buy too much than too little. It's not like I know how much I'll actually work on Arquid. And with that philosophy in mind, I end up buying every single thing I can think of. I hope it works at least a little bit.
ちょっとそこくすぐったい。
I ignore her carefree giggles and protests. Instead, try to apply the gauze as delicately as I can. The wound isn't that big. No, it may not be big, but it's at least 4 centimeters deep. Ew. A laceration across the abdomen like this would be fatal to any normal human being.
こんなの全然大したことないからね。
Shut up! Yet all that I hear, yet that's all she had to say about it. Her organs are already healed up somehow. Honestly, that part is freaky, so I don't really want to think about it too hard. Since the bleeding had stopped, all I needed to do was dress the wound, though the process wasn't as smooth as I hoped it would be. I wasn't sure if the disinfectant would do much on a wound as big as this, or if it might actually be counterproductive, but in the end, I used some anyway, hoping that it would help. I was a little afraid that Arquid would thrash about from the antiseptic sting, but she sat through it quietly without so much as a flinch.
今何かしたの？
Oh damn, she has way high pain tolerance. Or no, she doesn't even feel it. I'm not sure if she's just dick-headed or indifferent to this kind of thing.
よし。
I apply the gauze to the wound and start neatly wrapping the bandages around it.
ちょっとやめてって式ってばうますぎ。
Arquid's gleeful laughter rings throughout the room. You don't flinch at all from the antiseptics, but the bandages feel ticklish? I ignore her till I manage to pin the bandages. I heard that tightening the bandages around the wound can stem bleeding, so I give them one final tug for a good measure.
もう今のは減点だよ式。
It looks like I've done all I can for now. The curtains are closed again. I shut them when I returned out of concern for Arquid.
さて、格好だけはつけてみたけど、どうかな。動けるか、アルクエド。
ええ、動く分には問題なさそう。中身はまだぐちゃぐちゃのままだから満足には動けないでしょうけど。
そうか。ま、それはそっちの方で何とかしてくれ。俺は切るのが専門で、直すのは管轄外だ。
I can cut these up all again if you want. I take a step back and sit myself down against one of the walls.
お疲れさ、もう寝ていいぞ。眠って力が戻ればすぐに治るんだろ。見張っててやるから、おとなしく寝ていてくれ。
寝ても傷は回復しないわ。式も言ったでしょ。睡眠で回復できるのは疲れだけだって。
But it also heals your soul.
私の場合ね、力は純粋な時間経過で回復するものなの。夜になればとりあえず普通に動けるぐらいには回復するわ。
She can tell me she's fine all she wants, but it tugs at my heartstrings to see her suffer like this.
いいから眠ってくれ。今のお前、 話しているだけで辛そうじゃないか。
そうだけど、せっかく式が起きてるんだもの。
I just wanted to talk to you,
眠る
bro.
のがもったいなくて。
Arkwood sits on the bed again. She's in full-on chatty mode. Uh-oh.
ったく。
Fine. There's no fighting it. I've still got some things I want to know anyway, so I guess we might as well talk for a
アルケイド、
while.
昨日のホテルのことを聞いていいか。
Okay, this might be kind of a weird spot, but I think I'm gonna stop for today. It's just that a lot of stuff has happened this episode. Oh boy, a lot, and we meet Volve, who are... that's a name that's gonna take some practice to pronounce. Volve, who can control fire, and he also had that knife thing, but he left before he got the chance to use it, so... Yeah, he's definitely a big bad for like the first arc, I want to assume. This kind of feels like that moment in Witch of the Holy Night, where, well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm just gonna say that like there's this very climactic point in the story that happens around a third to a half of it, and some big event that's like the culmination of basically everything that has been built up to that point has happened, and it's like really cool and one of the most exciting parts of the game, and I feel like something like this is gonna happen as well. But yeah, I am really sweating now, and it is really hot, so I really need to turn on the AC as soon as possible. But yeah, Volve is scary. He's kind of unhinged. Although he's not like he doesn't act crazy, but he has like he doesn't really care about all the damage he does. Like, he burned down the entire hotel to find one person and didn't even take them out. But yeah, I mean, maybe there's also other motives like getting food or like other stuff, but still, that attracts a lot of attention. But we'll find out more about Volve probably, and you know, stuff that happened at the hotel next time. And until then, I will be seeing you. See ya!